Et puis, vous savez que le contenu de YouTube est beaucoup plus précis. On ne vient pas sur YouTube faire beaucoup de bavardage. Donc, sur YouTube, on va voir des webinaires, des workshops, des conférences. On va voir des formations sur une semaine et tout. Donc, ça va être ça. Loïc, dis-moi quand tu es prêt et puis on va lancer. Je vais introduire et puis on va lancer. Mais les gars, tapotez. On tapote. Franca, c'est quoi que tu envoies comme ça là? S'il vous plaît, tapotons le live. Tapotons, ça coûte rien. C'est quel genre de lion comme ça là? Non, il faut envoyer le lion qui est en haut de ma page là. Un seul, je ne veux pas deux. Donc, Loïc, fais-moi signe si tu es connecté déjà. Can I share my screen? Yes, you can share your screen right now. Donc, pour ceux qui sont intéressés par rapport au PowerPoint, c'est sur Zoom. Nous sommes aussi sur Zoom. Donc, rejoignez-nous sur Zoom si vous êtes intéressés par rapport au QA testing, par rapport aux différents tests dans la tech. Le sujet, c'est Turning Manual Testing Skills into Revenue. Et c'est même en plus très intéressant. Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire qu'aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce qu'on aborde? C'est comment est-ce qu'on peut utiliser nos talents de testeur pour avoir des revenus financiers, sans doute. Can I share my screen? Yes, Loïc, you can share your screen. Tu m'écoutes, Loïc? Est-ce que Loïc, tu m'écoutes? Je vais partager le live aussi. Les gars, tapotez le live et puis vous partagez à deux ou trois amis, s'il vous plaît. Hmm. Loïc, tu es là? Hein? Donc, en attendant que Loïc se prépare, j'aimerais réintroduire cette rubrique de webinaire qui a commencé officiellement aujourd'hui. C'est important que lorsqu'on fait des lives, qu'on puisse ressortir de ces lives-là avec un certain apprentissage. Donc, si on vient toujours parler, et qu'on ne trouve pas un moyen de structurer les idées, ça reste beaucoup de connaissances qui volent en l'air. Donc, dans le but de pérenniser quelquefois ces connaissances-là, j'avais dit ça comme ça, j'ai décidé de prendre l'initiative d'avoir ces webinaires qui sont enregistrés et du coup, qui pourront être accédés même plus tard. Donc, si plus tard, étant donné que je suis dans le domaine du DevOps, je voudrais, par exemple, virer ou bien ajouter du Quality Assurance Testing dans mon portfolio, j'aurais tout simplement à rentrer vers ces enregistrements-là et à les apprendre, quoi. Donc, comment je vais dire, on arrive maintenant à stocker ces idées-là quelque part, à les sauvegarder surtout et à permettre que d'autres personnes puissent bénéficier de ces connaissances-là gratuitement. Donc, bienvenue à tous dans cette nouvelle série de webinaires que nous avons décidé de lancer. Ah, je vois Dr. Odé qui est là. Bienvenue, docteur. Je vois Coach René également qui est là. Bienvenue à vous. Euh, C'est vraiment dans le souci de vulgariser les domaines de la tech que nous décidons de lancer ces initiatives-ci. Par exemple, les formations gratuites que nous lançons, c'est surtout dans le but de vulgariser les domaines technologiques. Et parlant de ça, j'étais encore dans un live hier. J'étais dans un live hier où il y avait encore des personnes qui ne connaissaient pas ce que veut dire tech. il y avait beaucoup de personnes qui demandaient tech, 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 c'est quoi la tech, c'est quoi la tech, c'est quoi l'IT. Et c'était un live avec une audience en majorité en Afrique. Donc, il y a beaucoup de personnes encore en Afrique qui ne comprennent pas l'importance de s'intégrer au domaine de la tech. Donc, en faisant ces webinaires ou bien ces workshops, ces tech talks autour des domaines technologiques et de la vulgarisation technologique, ça permet aux autres de pouvoir prendre connaissance de ces domaines-là et de s'y intéresser, surtout parce qu'elles ne peuvent pas s'intéresser à quelque chose qu'elles ne connaissent pas. Il y a par exemple dans le domaine de la religion, bien de la foi, ce que les personnes font, c'est qu'elles vont même dans les rues faire de la propagande, elles vont vulgariser euh, euh, la religion et c'est comme ça que les personnes prennent connaissance de ces domaines-là. Donc, bonjour de King of West, bienvenue. Donc, dans le souci de répandre aussi la bonne nouvelle technologique, il est important qu'on multiplie les sessions de discussion autour des domaines de la tech. C'est comme ça que les personnes arrivent à avoir l'information et probablement la majorité de fois à se reconvertir ou bien à s'intéresser au domaine technologique. Loïc, tu m'écoutes?
Oui, je t'écoute. Tu m'écoutes.
Oui, je t'écoute. Est-ce que tu es
Ok.
prêt?
Je suis prêt sur mon PC. Je ne pense pas que je pourrais join sur TikTok comme j'ai trouvé une clé. C'est ça qui m'aide à me connecter via mon PC.
OK.
Donc, je vais juste faire de mon mieux je vais juste faire de mon mieux de faire ça ici. Ou bien, Euh, tu peux me donner 5 minutes, je switch à Windows. Windows peut souvent partager la connexion de la machine.
Bon, je pense que comme on a déjà commencé, tu veux parler en même temps sur TikTok et sur Zoom, c'est ça?
Oui, oui,
Ok, vas-y alors. Je vais continuer en
d'accord. Ok.
Oh, désolé, j'étais mutée ici sur Zoom. Jonathan, est-ce que tu es là? Je sais pas
Oui, oui.
Oui, Jonathan, merci encore d'avoir rejoint l'invitation, même comme elle était on short notice. Est-ce que rapidement, tu peux un peu nous parler de ton projet et peut-être de plusieurs autres projets sans doute que tu es en train de travailler dessus?
OK. Euh, Merci pour l'invitation. Bon, le projet sur lequel je travaille actuellement et que vous avez vu sur LinkedIn est un moteur de recherche. C'est sur le contenu africain. Donc, le deal est assez simple, récolter le maximum de pages web qui créent du contenu africain et indexer et favoriser la recherche en utilisant la recherche sémantique dans tout ce qui est embedding et le reste. Bon, mais bon, je compte aller un peu plus loin en ajoutant la recherche du graphe, ton knowledge graph. C'est-à-dire, est-ce créer des entités à partir de tous les articles et créant un gigantesque graphe comme Google le fait également. Et Wikidata aussi. Donc, c'est ça la vision du projet, quoi.
Donc, si j'ai bien compris, c'est de créer le moteur de recherche qui se base sur les données africaines, c'est ça?
Oui, oui.
OK. Et comment est-ce que tu comptes commercialiser, par exemple, ton produit ou bien comment est-ce que tu comptes le faire connaître du grand public?
Et c'est vrai que pour le moment, le volet business n'est pas très pensé, mais je me suis dit, bon, il y a un problème. Je ne sais pas comment je vais le commercialiser, mais je sais quand même qu'il y a un problème. Parce que lorsqu'on utilise ChatGPT aujourd'hui, même avec le moteur de recherche intégré dans les IA qu'on a aujourd'hui, comme ChatGPT, Gemini ou Claude, on a toujours cette limitation-là avec le contexte africain. Si par exemple on demande des chiffres statistiques, finalement ces IA peine à trouver des données fiables. Donc je me dis, bon, ok, je vais faire ce travail, je vais récolter les données et on va voir ce que ça donne après.
OK, donc le but, c'est de récolter les données et d'avoir... Ce que moi, ce qui m'intéresse, c'est de savoir, une fois que tu as le moteur de recherche, c'est quoi la suite? Est-ce qu'on va juste te dire, on a un Camerounais qui a créé un moteur de recherche, on va sautiller un peu et puis basta.
Bon, en fait, une fois le moteur de recherche réalisé, je compte aller sur le knowledge graph.
Sur
Le knowledge graph, le graphe de connaissances.
le graphe de connaissance, OK.
Et, et rendre ce graphe de connaissances public comme Wikidata le fait. Mais un graphe de connaissances plus enrichi. Par exemple, sur Wikidata, sous tapez Paul Biya, vous allez voir la photo de profil et quelques informations sommaires. Mais en en analysant la plupart des articles, on peut trouver plusieurs informations qu'on peut ajouter sur l'entité Paul Biya. Par exemple, le Cameroun, c'est un peu la vision future du projet.
Et quel va donc être le réel impact d'un tel projet? Parce que j'imagine que ce projet répond à une problématique précise, c'est d'avoir un moteur de recherche qui est calqué sur les données africaines ou bien camerounaises. Est-ce qu'au final, on
Oui,
ne va
oui.
pas dire qu'avec avec ce projet-là, on peut avoir une campagne de sensibilisation et encourager les Africains à utiliser un produit made by un Camerounais qui traduit beaucoup plus vite la réalité africaine?
Ok. Bon, c'est vrai que je ne suis pas du genre à sortir des produits pour dire, ah, utilisez parce que c'est du made in Africa. Mais en fait, je cherche vraiment une plus-value, une réelle plus-value sur le marché. Et parmi les plus-values, bon, on a plusieurs use cases, comme par exemple un chatbot. Mais un chatbot qui est littéralement mieux informé sur les réalités locales. C'est-à-dire, je vais par exemple demander au chatbot quelles sont les lois qui encadrent l'utilisation de Starlink au Cameroun, tout simplement. Et là, j'ai des réponses. très contextualisé. C'est ce style. En fait, je vise vraiment des use cases assez concrets.
Je vois, je vois. Mais ce que moi, bon, j'ai l'impression que j'ai pas alors bien compris le projet parce que je me dis, si il y a un moteur de recherche camerounais ou bien africain calqué sur les données africaines, c'est pour qu'elle puisse être utilisée principalement pour les Africains. Ou je me suis trompée?
Oui, oui. En fait, l'Afrique, c'est vrai que l'Africain est une cible, mais je vais expliquer ça comment. Très souvent, les premiers utilisateurs qui me viennent, c'est par exemple les membres de la diaspora qui viennent investir au Cameroun, par exemple. Quelqu'un a fréquenté en France, il a fait ses études en France, il vient, bon, ok, je vais investir dans la télécommunication au Cameroun.
Ok.
Mais, mais il n'est pas encore habitué au schéma du pays, c'est-à-dire aller au ministère, tu vois, quoi, un peu pour avoir tel X ou Y information. Il est habitué à utiliser Google et à avoir des informations, par exemple, sur la France, mais ce n'est pas le cas au pays. Donc, le but, en fait, de ce moteur de recherche, c'est commencer à résoudre ce type de problème-là. L'accès à l'information, premièrement. Parce que je me dis, le Camerounais qui est au pays, en fait, il sait comment avoir les informations.
Donc, si je comprends bien, tu as créé ça beaucoup plus pour que ça soit plus utilisé par l'extérieur, quoi, par les autres qui ne connaissent pas les réalités africaines.
Oui, oui, en fait, c'est en fait la première, c'est bien on peut également développer et cibler plus les internes, mais en fait, c'est la première cible, en fait. Parce que c'est généralement cette cible-là qui fait des recherches sur l'Afrique. C'est vrai on peut avoir des académiciens ou des porteurs de projets qui font des recherches pour leur business plan et tout, mais c'est généralement, ça tourne toujours autour de cette cible-là.
Je vois. Je vois. Et puis, si tu peux me permettre de poser encore une ou deux questions, et puis on va passer à Loïc. Je veux savoir quels sont les challenges que tu rencontres lors de l'élaboration d'un tel projet.
Ok, merci pour la question. Vraiment très, 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 très pertinente. Naturellement, il y a des challenges. Le challenge, c'est, premier challenge sont les ressources. Ressources, un moteur de recherche se nourrit de pages web, en fait. Et la plupart des sites internet camerounais, je vais lui dire, sont mal faits. Quand je dis mal faits, c'est-à-dire, il y a déjà la disponibilité qui est un problème. On ne peut pas véritablement. En fait, pour récupérer les articles de ce site, je dois m'assurer d'être assez lent pour que le site ne tombe pas. Vous voyez un peu le challenge.
Non, pas vraiment.
En fait, prenons un site qui a 4000 pages web et que j'essaye de récolter les 4000 pages web. Ok. Si le site ne supporte pas la charge, je ne peux pas récolter les 4000 pages web en une fois. Je suis obligé de faire un delay. Et lorsque je
Mhm.
fais le delay, ça me prend le temps, en fait. Et plus de temps, plus de ressources, le serveur tourne plus longtemps et ça coûte de l'argent. Donc, il y a premièrement ce challenge. Les sites camerounais ne sont pas assez. Et il y a toute cette disponibilité qu'il n'y a pas. Même l'extraction des données est un challenge. Heureusement que la plupart des sites utilisent WordPress et WordPress a des API et tout, mais en fait, les sites ne répondent pas, ils ne sont pas disponibles. Ça, c'est le premier challenge. Le deuxième challenge, c'est évidemment les ressources. Il faut les serveurs, il faut stocker les données. Il faut également des serveurs avec des cartes graphiques pour extraire les différentes entités. Là sont réellement les deux challenges sur le projet actuellement.
D'accord. Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup, Jonathan. Et bon, la dernière question va surtout être, qu'est-ce que vous pensez de l'état d'évolution de la tech en Afrique? Où est-ce qu'on en est?
Donc, concernant l'évolution de la tech en Afrique, bon, personnellement, je suis très enthousiaste parce que je vois énormément de choses qui se font. par rapport à il y a peut-être 4 ans, 5 ans. On a plus de conférences, on a plus de startups qui lèvent des fonds, on a des entreprises qui s'intéressent plus, qui organisent des concours, qui financent des projets. Et tout cet écosystème-là, euh, en quelque sorte, fait croire que le secteur d'activité, c'est-à-dire les entreprises vont recruter de plus en plus de développeurs, ils auront besoin de DevOps, etc. Donc, je suis assez enthousiaste. Parce que je me dis, bon, il y a énormément de choses qui sont en train d'être faites.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup pour ta contribution. Comme on a causé tout à l'heure, je pense que je vais t'inviter cette semaine ou la semaine prochaine comme invité spécial pour qu'on puisse encore parler de projets et vraiment de façon structurée parce que moi-même, j'aimerais bien apprendre de certains domaines. Donc, merci à toi.
Euh, Merci beaucoup et merci pour l'invitation. Beaucoup de courage dans l'initiative.
Merci. En tout cas, je suis très contente que tu aies rejoint l'initiative. Je pense qu'on va faire de très belles choses ensemble parce que tu as une expérience réelle en termes de travail sur des projets. Et nous sommes en train d'aller vers là, de pouvoir avoir cette équipe qui travaille sur des projets concrets et on puisse avoir des résultats concrets venant de Africa Tech. Loïc, est-ce que
Sans
tu
souci,
es...
sans souci, sans souci.
Merci, 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 merci. Bon, mais s'il vous plaît, les amis, tapotons le live pour qu'on puisse augmenter la visibilité. Tapotons. Je suis un peu de partout, donc c'est pour ça que je tapote pas beaucoup. Loïc, est-ce que tu es là? La connexion du pays, parfois ça vaut pas la peine, hein. C'est quand même assez bizarre et parfois énervant de savoir qu'en 2024, c'est toujours très difficile de pouvoir se connecter au Cameroun. Donc, même la lumière, c'est tout un problème. Donc, on est à l'ère de beaucoup de révolutions technologiques. Même l'eau potable, on n'est pas capable d'avoir accès. L'électricité, n'en parlons pas. C'est compliqué, c'est compliqué. C'est pour ça qu'on se dit, il y a plein de choses à faire. Plutôt que d'être dans la critique de, oh, tout va mal, tout va mal. On va être dans l'optique de qu'est-ce qu'il y a lieu de faire pour trouver des solutions aux problèmes. Eh bien, normalement, quand on fait ce genre d'initiative, au début, ça prend le temps que ça prend pour prendre son envol. Mais une chose est sûre, c'est que ça va aller. Ça va aller. Monsieur Giftek, bienvenue. Monsieur Giftek, vous pouvez monter. Je vous envoie l'invitation si vous êtes disponible. S'il vous plaît, tapotez l'écran.
Salut Africa Tech.
Salut, monsieur Giftek.
The Giant of Africa Tech.
Comment vous allez?
Yeah, good, good.
Donc, ça fait déjà depuis presque 30 minutes que Loïc essaye de se connecter pour nous parler de QA et testing, mais la connexion, ça ne vaut pas la peine. Ça ne vaut pas la peine. Donc, on est en 2024 et se connecter, même quand tu as l'argent, tu payes ta connexion. Avoir Internet, c'est tout un problème. Et on dit qu'on ne va pas s'intéresser à la tech. Parce que si on est dans la tech et qu'on est capable de créer nous-mêmes nos propres réseaux, bien nos propres routeurs, je ne sais pas comment ça se passe, on va quand même, on va dire Orange et MTN là, vous n'êtes pas si important que ça. Donc, on devrait avoir plus de concurrence dans beaucoup de domaines. On devrait créer des choses. On ne peut pas créer quelque chose qu'on ne connaît pas. Donc, il faut se former. Il faut s'intéresser au domaine technologique parce que c'est l'avenir.
Tu as raison, hein? En 2024, au Cameroun, les gens n'arrivent pas à se connecter à l'Internet.
C'est compliqué.
Vraiment, c'est déployable, quoi.
Et ce qui est marrant, c'est que dans tous les secteurs, c'est à refaire. Lorsqu'on parle dans le secteur de l'éducation en Afrique, c'est à refaire. Le domaine de la santé, c'est à refaire. Le domaine politique, c'est à refaire. En fait, il y a quel domaine où, en fait, parfois je reste comme ça, je regarde, je me dis, quel est le domaine qu'on va féliciter, qu'on va prendre comme exemple? Pour le moment, je ne trouve pas, je ne vois pas.
Tu vois, le problème avec l'Afrique, c'est que initially, donc le design, comment ils ont pu construire la santé, le réseau, tout ça. Il y a trop de single point of failure. Too much of single point of failure. C'est ça qui fait que lorsque il y a problème, il n'y a pas d'autre solution ou il n'y a pas un autre backup pour continuer à fonctionner, quoi.
Oui, je vous écoute, monsieur Giftek, je vous écoute.
C'est vous qui va faire le français va sortir dans ma bouche aujourd'hui.
Monsieur Giftek, speak in English, please.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, our systems, initially we did believe a lot on if it's working, then that's fine. That's all we need. But today you see that you need fault tolerance on a lot of stuff, not only on infrastructures, but also on health and other services, water, roads, and all the like. But we don't have that type of structure. If there's an accident on the road, for example, let me say the Douala Yaoundé road, if there's an accident on the road, it can literally block traffic for almost half a day, sometimes full, like a full day. It's blocked because there is just a single road to go through. It's the same thing with electricity. It's the same thing with every other thing that we run in the country. So it's just the market is very, very, Africa is very, very lucrative as a place. Because when you look at, let's concentrate on the tech part of it. When you look at the tech part of it, if we had a lot of good infrastructures for technology, I think other things or other projects could depend on the functionality of the tech side in order to really function well. Because even if you want to create a really robust, if you want to run like a really robust water, let me say a water project, you want to create a really robust water project or water system, you need technology. You need technology to do that because there's no way that you can do that without technology. So even with electricity, the same thing. So we need to, first of all, build an infrastructure that we can use.
I agree with you. Monsieur Payo, welcome. Do you mind me sending you an invitation? It's been long. Let me send you an invitation. Please accept if you are free. Yeah. Monsieur Shiftek, that's what I sometimes feel like if we always think of Africa with a lot of problems, it's frustrating. But if we think of all the problems in Africa as opportunities, it changes the thing, right? To say, okay, in terms of network, the network is bad. Why? Because we have like 3 companies which are mainly handling the network, the network distribution in Cameroon, for instance. But what if we are able to create our own network with a very with a larger bandwidth or however it works, we are able to have our own private network. The thing wouldn't be so catastrophic. When we think about the jobless part of people living in Africa, like when you go to school and then you have a lot of degrees, it's still very difficult for you to have a job. But if you think it the other way around, like you can actually go to school and you have not only theoretical competence, theoretical knowledge, but you also have practical competency. And when you go out from school, you are not actually looking for a job to work for anybody, but you're actually creating your own initiative. And it makes a difference. And it's possible with fields like technology, you're able to create startups. With fields like marketing or business, you go in and then you have a business degree and then you bring up your own business. You don't wait for the government to hire you. And it makes the difference. But most of the people back then, I think we are very, we sometimes we are very lazy. We always want people to hire us because we feel like we went to school to get hired. We don't know that we went to school also to be able to create our own initiatives and projects. So if each time we feel like we must be hired by other companies and we are working for other companies, we are building other companies' dreams. We are not actually building our own dreams. So we are able to build our own projects. I get it. I get that part, that's how we were trained. But here's the thing. It's not because we were trained that way. Okay, that's okay now. It's not because we were trained that way, which means it needs to always be like that. And that's the reason why you will see a lot of people right now on TikTok talking and educating people on certain topics. People need to be conscious of who they are, of the value that they have, that probably the school didn't teach them. But now that you have the information, what do you do about it? There are a lot of people offering free training on TikTok. Only TikTok like that, you can have a lot of knowledge. Sometimes I go from live to live learning about other interesting topics. So when you have a live like this that talk about tech, you can join this type of community to learn more. The other lives that talk about mathematics, with you know our sister from Canada, she always talk about mathematics. Her name is Tio Academy. And then when you go on YouTube, right, you have a lot of universities putting their content on YouTube for free. Did you know that you have Harvard? People always brag about Harvard, but you have actually Harvard's content on YouTube where you can actually go on YouTube, go on the Harvard account, and you get trained there for free. But how many of us do that? You can get trained on YouTube for free. It's possible. When we talk about tech contents like DevOps, cybersecurity, Scrum Master, project manager, data analyst, artificial intelligence, a lot of people have their channel on YouTube providing that content. But how many of us are actually benefiting from it? Or how many of us do even know how to use it? That's the thing. So we can spend the whole day blaming other people, always saying is because we were trained like that, that's why we are who we are. Or we can also understand that it's time to do things differently. And it's time to be the change we want to see. And always criticizing is not interesting, but actually starting to make suggestion regarding solution, it makes a difference. So I don't think we will be able to have the webinar today because for some reason, internet in Cameroon is what it is. And Loic has been having hard time connecting. Okay, he connected back again. But Loic, tu es là? Loïc, tu es là?
Oui, tu peux m'écouter.
Oui, enfin, alléluia.
Hope, I just pray that this is the right
So for
the right
anyone that
time.
is interested regarding the webinar, is going on Zoom, right? We are sharing the documents on Zoom. You will only be able to hear the sound right now, but if you are interested in QA testing, you can join us on Zoom.
Hello. Can you get me from both ends?
Are you on TikTok as well?
Yes, I'm on TikTok as well.
But you need to come up as a guest. Let me send you the invite. I don't even see you on TikTok.
Hey, I entered another life. See me. Oh.
Send the invite here. Let me add you.
Okay. I was surprised. Is it echoing?
Yes.
So let me put my headset. Let me put my headset. I think so it will not be echoing.
Okay. Loic is here.
Can you get me?
Yes.
Can you
So,
get
Yes.
TikTok?
okay. So let me share my screen.
Okay. So let me share my screen. Hello, can you see my screen? I'm seeing yeah, your lips shaking. I cannot get you.
We can see your screen, Loic. We can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So I can get you too. So it means we can start. Good evening,
You need
everyone.
to you need
You
to
have noticed
lower
this?
the volume. You need to lower the volume on one device. Not off your microphone, but lower it.
Okay. Mm,
Hello, can you get me?
Yes.
Can you get me? Hello, can you get me now? Is it better?
We can hear you, but you have a lot of background noise on TikTok.
Is it better?
Kind of.
I think
Mm,
he can just mute, let's say leave TikTok since he's presenting here, then they will be hearing the sound. As soon as he's done presenting, then he can go on sorry, on TikTok to answer questions.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Edvish. So I'm muting you here, but they'll still be able to hear you through my microphone. You can go ahead, present on Zoom.
okay,
Perfect. Merci, Edvish.
okay. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for bearing the internet troubles with me. Today we are going to talk about how to monetize manual testing skills.
There
That's
is something wrong with your volume. I think it's not filtered. I don't know why, but c'est bien. If you are using microphone, maybe you don't need to use microphone anymore since I've muted you here. S'il vous plaît, tapotez.
can you get me?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay.
But you stop sharing your screen though.
Okay. I was saying today we are going to talk about how to monetize manual testing skills. I think this is our third live. The first live we talked about why quality assurance is the easiest, is amongst the easiest part to get into tech. The second we talked about how to develop a career in quality
Mute yourself.
assurance.
Yes. Mhm.
Come again.
I'm muted.
No, you're not muted. We can hear you. Thank you. Vas-y, Loïc.
So I was saying that, where was I? Yeah, I listed the lives we had, and today we'll talk about how to monetize manual testing as a QA skill. Given that we've already gone through how QA is the amongst the easiest part to get into tech, and we've also talked about how to develop a career into QA. And in those two precedent lives, we emphasize on a QA should have critical thinking, attention to details, and collaboration and communication as soft skills. And these are the main skills that are really needed for you to be really succeeding into manual testing. So and this time around, I made the slides more detailed because I will later share them. So you actually go and read it. I will not read it here. I will just go through it. So as this one says, turning manual testing skills into revenue. This is just what I just explained. So let's go to the next slide. My slide is not going to the next slide. This today is just wow. Let me troubleshoot this.
On appelle ça les erreurs
This
techniques.
this today is just wow.
No, take your time.
Oh, I was I, I was clicking on I was clicking on the slide instead of clicking on next. So as a skilled quality assurance is just a how they call it, a caption is to captivate you. You should not really be that skilled into quality assurance. You should basically have the skills I said: attention to detail, communication, collaboration, critical thinking. That's what makes you a manual tester. So if you have that, you are a skilled quality assurance manual tester. You possess valuable set of skills and can be monetized in various ways. So together in this presentation, we'll go through the process of monetizing these demanding QA skills, and how to build a professional portfolio and leveraging your experience to generate income. So by the end of this, you should have a clear path to turning your QA manual skills into a lucrative career. Those that want to enter into tech and have no background, at least every Cameroonian is curious, so you should be able to be a manual tester, and you've been using phones. So you have to start by understanding the value of your expertise. Being very curious is a very good thing in the tech world. It's a very nice thing. Being very curious is what makes you a QA. Is what makes you stand out. So in an increasing digital world, the demand for quality assurance professional has never been higher, and we can all see it today. It's true we are not in today the business, but for me that has been there. It has really been higher. So your ability to identify and mitigate software defects. This is your ability to be curious is very crucial for all businesses. The second point is the ability to improve software quality. So this is by thoroughly browsing applications and stuff. So this is the role you play into software quality to determine that the products are customer centric, they are user friendly, and your work directly impacts the success of your client's business. Like your work is directly seen and appreciated. So the in-demand manual testing skills, I'm focusing on manual testing today. The in-demand manual testing skills are one, API testing, two, web testing, three, mobile testing, then others. Others here comes with AI testing, where you have to test prompts. I've been doing that. You have to basically do send prompts to newly created AI bots. Like I remember I did the freelance of the Facebook AI chatbot integrated on WhatsApp. So I had to test that the responses of the prompts were localized to the countries where these various WhatsApp accounts are located. So thinking about this skill on a global scale sounds difficult, but it's basically you writing to the AI prompt, that AI chatbot in WhatsApp, like that that Meta has integrated. It's just you texting it, and as I said and I repeat, you should really be curious. So let's going back by shifting left. Mobile testing. um Mobile testing, since I've been doing freelancing as a QA, mobile testing is the number one skill that's recurrent. Like if I count on 10 freelance, I did 6 on mobile testing. I did 6 on mobile testing. So mobile testing is one, then web testing comes second. It's about testing web apps. And then API testing is really rare, but API testing is more of full-time jobs, like full-time employee jobs, where you actually are actually in the company and you're using Postman. Is I really did not see it in freelance. Freelance was most of mobile testing, web testing, and the others, that's AI testing and the rest. API testing with Postman was on the job site. So these are the manual testing skills you need to have. And the ones here that you can maybe have to get a course is Postman, and it's not quite difficult. So with this you can do it. This is just grammar. The next is to be able to monetize your skills, you should be able to build a professional portfolio and a resume. For a QA, there are so many questions. What's the best portfolio for a QA? Is it GitHub? Is it website? Is it? Guys, I just want to tell you that a portfolio for a QA is the various bug reports, test reproduction videos, test case documents, and how can I say? Yes, test case document, test plans, bug report, bug reproduction videos, and they are all gathered somewhere. You can decide to store them in GitHub if you can. You can decide to store them in a folder. You can decide to store them on a website. That's how you think it, but at least they should be organized such that when someone asks for your work, you can provide it to him and he can browse through it without any hard time. And building a professional resume. This is the format I've been using for my own. I am in Cameroon, and
Can you
Cameroon
can you
is
send me
a,
bit format? Let me put it here.
I'll,
Oh no, let me go get another one, but never mind. Let me get one. Just continue.
okay. So I am in Cameroon. Cameroon is both English and French. So they have both the English and French culture, and many people use Yoruba CV, and many other people use American style CV. I use Yoruba CV. It did not get me anywhere. I use American style CV. It got me so many way. But what I want to emphasize on is I don't really think it's a template the problem, but the content of your your CV. Because in my opinion, I started using this American CV not because of the how can I say, not because of what was said about the American CV, but because I saw that using Yoruba CV, when I put all my works on the Yoruba CV, because I was putting all the freelance as experience, it used to give me like 4 pages, whereas on American CV, it usually gave me 2 pages. So I said, why not go with American CV that I can easily edit on Word, and it gives me 2 pages and I can easily share it. Like when I really want to edit something, I'm just like click on it. Whereas Europa CV, I was doing it on Canva. You have to, when you're adding new information, you have to make sure the information aligns with the design and all the like. So that's how I started going with American style, and it really kicked off. So let's go to the points on the slide. You have to showcase your accomplishment. I've talked about that. How you had your past QA projects. As a manual tester, your past QA projects are your test case report, your test case, your bug reports, your test reproductions and videos, your test plans. So these are all the accomplishments you have. These are the documents that you should have all saved somewhere that you can easily show out. So you should highlight your soft skills, emphasize on your communication skills. I talked about it here. Your problem solving abilities. Problem solving abilities, I would say, is really needed, but it's not a must because you are not the developer. You are the person that is attentive to detail that can identify the problem. So the problem solving abilities, I will replace it with no, I will not that I will replace, I will extend it by saying that you should be able to highlight that you have debugging abilities. You should be able to pinpoint where the problem is coming from. So that's a skill a QA should have. So these are the soft skills that can make you stand out from the different combination, the different competition. Tailor your resume. As I said, I gave my experience here of Europa CV and American style CV. So you should be able to customize your resume for each job and client. It depends. If the clients want Europa CV, send it to him. Put the information that he is looking for and emphasize on the specific skill and experiences that align with his needs. If he says he wants someone that is very good at communication, in one way or the other, you're very good at communication. So you just need to force it out, because when you want to ask money to your uncle, you are really good at communication at that point. So just you are just in the same scenario. When you want to ask money to Kelly in the US, you are good at it. You greet her every morning, every afternoon.
Oh, yeah,
So so these are the communication skills you should emphasize on. So these are the communication skills you should emphasize on. They will actually increase your chances of being selected in a project. Um, let's go to networking, connecting with potential clients. Like in quality assurance, everybody that is into tech is a potential client for you. Let me repeat it. in quality assurance, everybody that is into tech is a potential client for you, because you have to you ought to collaborate with everyone that is into tech, because quality assurance cuts across, testing cuts across, from software to in French is automobile. It should be cars. Yes, quality assurance cuts across. So everybody that is into tech, since you are talking about tech, is a potential client for you. And I think I will not overemphasize here, because Edvish used to talk about networking every Tuesday. And I think people should really negotiate with her to better yourself on this networking, because that's where most people kick off. I just gathered three main points. One, attend industry events. These industry events are what quality assurance events. I will not say focus on only looking for quality assurance events, but look for events where you most probably find people in tech, developers, DevOps, specialists, and other like. You should be able to participate in local and virtual QA meetups. For virtual QA meetups, there are apps like Meetups. There are so many. Then in local events, there is Dev Fest. There is always there. I think in every community in Cameroon, here in Cameroon, in Douala, there is one Dev Fest. I think it's coming up in some weeks. I think in 2 weeks. In Yaoundé, there is another Dev Fest. In schools, there are local meetups that many people can actually join. You should be able also to participate to conferences, workshop, in order to connect with professionals in the field. All these events, you're supposed to go there, show your communication skills, talk to people, show how foolish you are, show how idiot you are. Like, talk about the skill you don't have. Yes, they will correct you.
Yes. Show how foolish you are.
Oui, c'est nettement ça. Il y a let me get back to English. Oh, let me switch to French. Il y a les conférences auxquelles j'ai assisté où je causais avec les gens. Je disais, non, je viens de me lancer dans le cul et je pense vraiment que c'est un truc bien et tout, et tout, et tout, et tout. Je m'y connais déjà, je fais ceci, 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 ceci. Et quand on te challenge, ça te permet de mieux apprendre. Ça te permet d'ouvrir ton cerveau et faire plus de recherches. Tu vas lire ceci qui va t'amener à lire ceci, qui va t'amener à lire ceci. C'est comme ça que tu grandis. The second point is to engage on online communities. Of course, there's LinkedIn, there's social media, and there's this TikTok that Kelly made me to discover. I thought TikTok was only for dancing, but I realized that
Just,
TikTok.
just a quick note, right? You see, TikTok, I've made many people that could not even imagine they could have a TikTok account. They are creating TikTok and joining me on TikTok. So you're not the only person converting into coming to TikTok. So just to mention that.
So LinkedIn is where people get it. There's LinkedIn. There's this new Meta app like this that goes with Instagram. Yeah, I also see tech people talking a lot there. It's just similar to Twitter. So this absolutely help you establish your credibility. People always look for how to post. My approach is have an issue, post it. Days later, come up and bounce back on the post and tell them that okay, this is how I solve the issue. There's also Stack Overflow. Post problems there and reply to problems you've already solved from Stack Overflow. These are stuff that will boost your your credibility and your social media presence, and as well open you to more potential clients. Leverage on your existing network. Former colleagues, beg, please don't leave your former employees as if it's a fight. Former colleagues are very necessary. Managers, industry contacts, let them know that you are available to work and you have services to offer, and they might as well offer you projects. So they could also serve as reference for potential clients and potential opportunities. Some people ask you, I need a reference or I need a testimony. You say, okay, I know Kelly and I've been talking to her about quality assurance. I'm sure she by now she knows that I am very good at it. So I can just give her contact out to someone that is saying, okay, I want to see her potential works or her potential experience. And she will just tell them that, okay, he has been doing so and so thing for me, or he has been giving me explanation on how to improve my tech business on this point about QA. And that's how your reference goes easy. So these are the main 3 points one should focus on at the level of quality assurance. And these points are not final. Call on Edvi, she will give you many other points. She knows well about networking. She's a pro at that. You should check her LinkedIn. You should really check her LinkedIn.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Edwidge is doing a great job, Mama.
So offer consulting services for QA process improvement. As we said in our previous live, quality assurance is basically about process improvement. And as a manual QA, manual testing person, you should able to differentiate yourself from the crowd, because everybody can actually do manual testing, but the skills I cited will actually make you stand out from the crowd. And you adding process improvement into your skill set will really make you go viral, because in a company where they are contemplating that is this person really necessary or not, and you come with an approach where you assess current QA processes, or you assess current processes, because it's not even limited to QA processes, it goes beyond QA processes. You can do code reviews of a developer and say, okay, like this you should be doing like this instead of doing like this. That's what they call white box texting. You should also be able to develop a strategy. You should be able to document your strategy, and you should be able to present your strategy. And if it's approved and if they see something valuable into it, they can tell you to implement. And when implementing, you should be able to optimize. You should be able to work closely with the stakeholder. The stakeholder here is the person on who has the direct effect of the implemented strategy, and the person can maybe give you insight on how to improve the strategy. So this is the main thing that will make you stand out from the crowd. And on dit en français qu'on ne va pas te bouder. Avec ceci, on ne va pas te bouder. Okay, securing a contract or a freelance QA testing work as a manual tester, this is the easiest thing and the not easiest thing. In freelancing, you should be consistent. There is consistency in freelancing. If you are that type of person that is not okay with 5 to 7 and you really want to work on your own schedule, put your own schedule and follow it to the line, like to the line. You can offer your services as a contractor QA to many projects or companies that will maybe accept contractors, and just do temporary testing support to those companies. This is You can as well get this by networking or showcasing your works. So you can provide freelance consulting too, as I previously explained. You can provide freelance QA consulting, that is maybe asserting people's softwares and say, okay, you can improve like this. This is usually free services that people give out in order how can I say, in order to gain the work. Like if I come and meet someone, I say, okay, do you have a product? Yes. Do you know that you can improve the quality of your product by doing so and so thing? I can give you a free 30 minutes review of your product, and you can decide. I'll tell you what to do, and I can as well like accomplish all what I'm saying here for a token. Yeah, the one setting the token, right? Given that you've already made the first step for free, he can or might as well easily give it back to you, the project. Getting remote QA work. This is I've tried it. This is easy to get when you have experience, like when you have something to show, when you have a well done CV. I always talk about myself. Remote QA work, I've been applying for them on Wellfarm. I don't know if people know Wellfarm. Wellfarm is a platform where most startups advertise their jobs. I've been applying there, but for one reason or the other, I was always given a test. Like many people don't even reach the test, but I was always given a test. But for one reason or the other, I just decided not to do the test because, in my opinion, I apply for jobs just to give myself that confidence that no, I'm still valuable in the market. So that's why I'm actually applying. But if you go on well found and you actually apply for jobs and you are selected for this, they are just startups. So they'll most likely take you if you're serious about them. Don't do like me. So exploring opportunities in software development firms, like what I just mentioned, that companies is rare for it to have it in freelance. So in most software development firms, 20% of the roles are testing roles. Let me take the case of my company. We are in the IT department, we are 30, but the QA team has eight people. If we do the maths right, I think 8 of 30 is more than 20%. Is far more than 20%. So there is opportunity in software development firms for quality assurance. And it's true, manual testing is, how can I say, is what is demanded for QA is beyond manual testers. But if you have the ability to learn, you can rapidly improve from a manual tester to whatsoever that is being demanded from you. So the career growth into quality assurance, as I said in the previous slides, you can easily grow from manual tester to whatsoever, because automation testing is actually what you are doing manually but with code. So if you understand code, you can do automation. And the career growth as a QA is just a matter of months, like 2 months, 2 to 3 months if you are dedicated. When I started my job, I knew nothing about automation, but in 3 weeks, I could actually grab it because I had that support. I had that team support around me. So if you surround yourself with the right people, you can actually upskill very fast in QA. So in as a conclusion, we have gone through how to monetize your QA manual testing skills. So you should be able to understand, as a wrap, you should be able to understand the value of your expertise. You should be able to understand the value of your curiosity. You should be able to understand the value of your attention to detail. You should be able to understand that. And you should be able to know that it is very helpful and needed in most projects and most companies. You should be able to identify in-demand services at the level of manual testing around you. As I told you, my experience is mobile testing was what was really needed in my journey. In your journey, it can be AI. It is the era of AI where everybody is trying to build an AI chatbot or an AI service. It can be that that's what they really need out there to test. So you should be able to identify that and acquaint yourself with the basic skills that are needed, then get into the pool and start swimming. Network, very essential. If you have issues with networking, contact Edvish, she will help you out. Explore diverse opportunities. With that, you can successfully monetize your manual testing skills. Whether you choose to offer consulting services, securing a contract, freelance work, or join a software development firm, your skills is a valuable asset. It's a really valuable asset in generating income. It depends on what you want to do and what you are really good at and what is really your route, like what you can sustain. So I will just conclude by saying that the key is to just continuously develop your expertise and adapt to market trend. With that, you will spark off. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monsieur Loïc Leroy. If there is a reason why they call you Leroy, I mean, that was a wonderful presentation. For those already in the community, Loïc will share the PowerPoint presentation in the group. So if you're interested in QA testing, you can always benefit from that. As well, with Loïc, with your permission, I can attach this this presentation to one of our LinkedIn posts so that other people can benefit from it. That is, if you give me the permission. So we've come to the end of this presentation, and a very interesting one. It was talking about QA testing and how you can actually monetize your skills in QA testing. And then let me read this last sentence for people on TikTok. So monetizing your QA manual testing skills by understanding the value of your QA expertise, identifying in-demand services, building a professional portfolio, networking, and exploring diverse opportunities, you can successfully monetize your quality assurance manual testing skills. Whether you choose to offer consultant services, secure contract or freelance work, or join a software development firm. Je vais vous muter, Monsieur Nelo. Pourquoi je n'arrive pas à muter? Monsieur Nelo, s'il vous plaît, mutez-vous.
I'm muted. Okay. I'm muted.
But we can still listen to you. Now you are muted. So whether you choose to offer consultant services, secure contract or freelance work, or join our software development firm, your QA skills can be a valuable asset in generating sustainable revenue. Remember, the key is to continuously develop your expertise, adapt to market trends, and provide exceptional value to your clients and employers. So this is really interesting. I mean, this is very interesting. Now we have Loic on TikTok for those who have questions for him, but the conclusion or the takeaway for the people that were listening on TikTok is that with your skills as a QA tester, you are able to make money from it. Let's just not overuse big terms, right? Vous pouvez faire de l'argent avec votre expertise en tant que testeur quality assurance dans la tech. Vous n'avez pas besoin d'être embauché par quelqu'un. Je me mets en grand. Donc, je pense que beaucoup de personnes, surtout la semaine passée, étaient toujours préoccupées par le fait que est-ce qu'elles auront le boulot une fois qu'elles entament une formation dans la tech. Et je l'ai dit que la question est mal posée. C'est très mal posé parce que vous pouvez être capable de générer de l'argent avec les talents et les compétences que vous avez dans la tech. Vous n'avez pas besoin de quelqu'un pour vous embaucher. Donc, si vous faites une formation comme développeur d'applications mobiles avec Android, développeur d'applications mobiles Android et iOS, Apple, en apprenant des langages de programmation comme React Native, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C++, vous êtes capable de mettre sur pied des applications que vous pouvez commercialiser. Vous n'avez pas forcément besoin d'être employé quelque part. C'est bien d'être employé, mais c'est toujours important de comprendre que vous, en tant que des êtres créateurs, vous pouvez mettre des choses, de belles choses sur pied et avoir une certaine indépendance au travers de l'indépendance de la pensée, indépendance intellectuelle qui génère de l'argent. Donc, merci à toi, Loïc, pour cette belle présentation très enrichissante. Et pour les personnes qui veulent le PowerPoint, on va envoyer ça dans la communauté et dans la plateforme de e-learning. Avant de continuer, je pense que je vais prendre juste quelques minutes encore pour parler et puis ça va être le marché central. Nello, vous êtes monté parce que vous avez une question, vous n'avez pas joint le groupe WhatsApp, c'est ça?
Oui, il n'arrive pas à gagner le groupe.
Donc, ce que vous dites, c'est que lorsque vous cliquez sur mon profil, lorsque vous cliquez sur ma bio et vous cliquez sur le lien Beacon, vous n'arrivez pas à joindre le groupe WhatsApp. C'est bizarre.
Oui, c'est bizarre, c'est bizarre.
Je ne sais pas si c'est un lien qui expire, mais je pense que je vais regarder ça. Plein de personnes arrivent à joindre le groupe sans forcément passer dans mon inbox. C'est plus facile comme ça d'aller sur le lien ici, de cliquer sur le seul lien qui est là-bas. Ça va vous ouvrir une fenêtre avec beaucoup d'autres liens. Vous avez la plateforme de e-learning qui est dessus. Ça s'appelle Hotbit. Vous pouvez directement joindre.
C'est ça.
Vous avez pu joindre Hotbit.
Non, non, non.
Dites-moi, est-ce que vous avez cliqué ici, là? J'ai dit, vous voyez mon nom, Black Warriors. Cliquez
Oui,
sur mon nom.
j'ai cliqué sur ça. Je suis allé loin jusqu'à, mais pour l'endroit que on dit que join the group, donc ça dit que je dois download encore.
Ça dit que vous devez faire comment?